Todd Bruggeman, what do you own and who owns you? What do you own and who owns you? Todd Bruggeman.
What do you own? Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, honored guests. I'm sure many of you may put down some simple things. Car, mortgage, probably a dryer that your mother-in-law gave you with a missing knob. Thomas Pynchon said that if you get people asking the wrong questions, then you don't worry about the answers. Our world has become self-indulgent. Our world has become materialistic. Why? Because I believe we are asking the wrong questions. And I believe if we start asking the right questions about life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that we may be able to fix our world. But before I take on liberty and life, when I first asked, what do you own? Did any of you include yourself? Why not? In olden days, and even in the 80s, we used to lose ourselves in more traditional means, through relationships, work opportunities. But into the 2000s, people have shifted away from these means and started focusing on digital devices. Digital devices take many things away from us. First, they take away time. The time that we used to spend with neighbors, family, and peers. And they take away our money. Money that we spend on useless information. I mean, is Barack Obama's dog's Twitter updates really worth $50 a month anyway? I think not. But more importantly, they take away our ability of choice. Cell phone companies want nothing more than $500 to break a 2-year contract just so that way you stay in that digital world of information. We need to start to break these ties of superficiality and overconsumption. They would brought us to this recession today. We need to focus more on richer activities, volunteering, family, core values that we used to believe in. So I ask all of you, have you become possessed by your possessions? But many people then ask me, Todd, I have money. There's no problem with me spending. Well, money's come in many different varieties over the years. Checks and cash, simple ways to get your means. But they have 2 problems. Location, because I have to hand off my money to someone else while I'm there. And it's psychological. It's actually having to give up part of you for some pretty new device. Credit cards were then invented to help fix both of these issues. Not only can you get it quick, but there's no longer the labor of the mind. Now you can order something without any more issue. Feels like a pretty good idea. But credit card companies make money on all of us through interest rates. Companies like Microsoft, Google, and even Twitter have started introducing digital payment systems, all incorporating you to have to buy points, credits, twi-bucks. I don't know what a twi-buck is anyway. All of these systems require the sacrifice of the value of $1 to their own means. And all the while these companies make money on you on the back end. So I ask, does your liberty extend to your wallet? But finally, the question becomes, Todd, yes, I have money in my wallet. I'm worth something. But how many dollar bills are you really worth? Sadly, we're not worth anything. There's no intrinsic value to flesh. But your DNA. Now that's where entrepreneurs can make a little investment. Genetic manipulation and enhancement has been used for years for commercial gain. Monsanto, a company you may not know, are the leading seed producer in the U.S. Through their patented genetic means, they have made food that is not only resistant to pesticides, but even to the pests themselves. Now, people love food, but there are consequences. Through family-friendly sounding acts like the Food Safety Modernization Act, not only will they become the leading producer, but they will be the only legal seed seller in the U.S. Now I ask you, if GlaxoSmithKline came out tomorrow and said that we have developed the cure for diabetes, no more drugs, no more long therapy sessions, no more needles, what would you give up to get that cure for diabetes? It's not hard to make decisions when you know what your values are. You were someone that had diabetes naturally. But through GlaxoSmithKline's enhancements, you're cured. Are you still yourself? I mean, really, you should change your name to Roger GlaxoSmithKline Revac. You're living a new life. But I ask you, take all that you already gave up for the cure for diabetes and see if you have enough left for the brand new cure for aging. How much is your life really worth? In the future, it will take nothing more than our silent approval to allow our own self-consumption. Thomas Jefferson wrote about governments being inherently evil. However, I believe that it's more corporations that are now becoming evil. Moreover, they are taking away those once unalienable rights. So I ask you today to continue your pursuit of happiness with the strength of your life and the perseverance of a new liberty. So I finally ask, what do you own? Ms. Toastmaster.